What is up, my Lorcana Goons? Welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin, and you're watching the Monday Weekly Market Watch. Today is May 20th. We do these every Monday and Friday, so if you like this content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are a Lorcana Goon, because it does support the channel. What is up, my Goons? We are officially in Ursula's return format. It is the first week. We already have some tournament the deck lists coming out from the weekend on Lorcana Villain's channel, on edex.com, and all these places. I've been seeing tournament reports. I've been hearing people do good at their locals, testing all these new cards, and I'm super excited to talk about the meta trends, the card prices, and any Lorcana news that we have to go over today. So thank you guys for joining me on the weekly market watch. Like I said, guys, every Monday and Friday, every single week, we do these check on the prices. But I want to get into some cards right here that are not only really popular cards you're probably going to see at your locals if you play, or even if you plan on cracking some booster packs, you're definitely going to see these in your boxes of Ursula's Return. And these are probably the cards you're going to want to maybe set to the side if you pull them in cold foil, or if you want to get rid of them right away. These are the cards that people are for sure asking for. And today we're going to start off with the bread and butter of the set, Diablo Devoted Herald. This is the best card in Ursula's Return outside of the Enchanteds, obviously. It's a legendary you probably want to pull. I was fortunate enough to pull one from one of my boxes. However, my other box had really bad legendaries. I actually have some two more boxes that I'm going to open out of this case. So I opened two boxes, and these were my legendaries from the first two boxes. It was these four, I believe. It was the Devoted Herald Diablo. I got the Mulan legendary. I got the Enchanted legendary, which is Boo Boo, and then I got the Cinderella legendary. So at the end, you're gonna see the prices today of what these are worth. My second box, however, only had three legendaries. Oh my gosh, and it was Piglet, Donald Duck, and the Queen. So sucks to suck, if you know what I mean. So no luck for me, no Enchanted yet on this case, but I'm going to be opening the other two boxes on live stream today on Monday. So if you're watching this on Monday night, double check the channel. Oops, I don't know if you guys heard that. Double check the channel. I might be live right now, or if you guys are watching this after throughout the week, then be sure to check the other former live stream. You can go on the channel on the tab, and there's some live stream section, and we've been live streaming some gameplay, Ursula's Return format, and we're also opening some boxes. So yeah, let's get on into this. Diablo, very popular in Emerald decks. You're gonna want to be playing this card. You're probably gonna want to be playing four of this card in most, if not all, Emerald decks this season of Lorcana. We have Emerald Steel, Emerald Amethyst, and a newly introduced Emerald Amber deck, which I think you can play Diablo. My personal build that I'm working on with Zach Stone, Lorcana Goons team member, we do not play Diablo in our secret sauce build, but I do think that this card is great. I think this card is going to be super meta relevant throughout the Ursula's Return season. It gives you a draw engine in Emerald outside of Prince John, and the thing about Prince John is that you needed Prince John plus combo piece to draw cards, and this card is not only a legendary, but so it's going to be more scarce obviously when you pull the packs. This card draws cards on its own. You don't really need a combo piece. The only stipulation is that he has to be exerted, but Diablo has evasive, so while exerted, it's going to be a little harder to challenge him and get rid of him from the board. You know what I mean? So if you want a Diablo for your Emerald deck today, you're going to have to pay $52.69. Lowest verified on TCG Player Vital collectible. Shout out you. Today, these Diablos have been selling for around $50 average. Minimum $50 is what you're going to pay for the Diablo. And it's pretty interesting to see, because out the gate, you know, they started off at around $35 to $40. And I was talking about how I thought Diablo was pretty good. Some people didn't think it might have been the best card, and it was around $30 to $35 on Friday on the last market watch, and now it's already up to $50 because of the hype, because of the demand to want to play Emerald. And if you're going to the Lorcana Challenge in Atlanta, the side events are gonna be the Ursula's Return format, so you might want these, or even if you're playing any local tournaments this weekend, you might want Diablos already. But check this out, my Goons, lowest verified $52, more than $50. And if you want a cold foil, there's what is this, 11 listings for cold foils, and they start at $60. So the cold foils are $60, and the non-foils are already almost $55. And you know, in my opinion, I would personally just rather get the cold foils than the non-foils at that point. Paying $5 more to have a foil, you know, and we've seen how some of these cold foil legendaries just shoot up in price eventually. We're paying $100+ for cold foil Mali Dragons. We're paying $100+ for cold foil Sad Beasts, and I honestly feel like Diablo might be on its way there. It is the very beginning of the format though, so we don't know how the format is going to shape out. Personally, I think Ruby Sapphire is going to give Emerald a run for its money, but if you want to play Emerald, you might just need Diablo in your deck. However, like I said, we don't know how strong of a contender Emerald is going to be at the end of the day when we have the new Ruby Sapphire cards running around and some support with the that the deck got, like Sisu. This card definitely going to be seen at your locals, and if you pull this card, I would definitely put it to the side at least for another week or two, because this card has just been shooting up in price with all this hype. My gosh, if Emerald isn't the most hyped deck in the format, now it's Ruby Sapphire for sure. This weekend has shown us that Diablo and you know, Diablo isn't the only legendary that's relevant in this set. If you guys watched the last Market Watch, me and Zach Stone were talking about this card. Zach went on and said, "Hey, this card is meta defining." He said he felt that the card was definitely worth picking up at $15 to $17 on that Friday, and you know, look at it now. It's more than doubled in price. Lowest verified today for the Sisu Empowering Sibling is going to be $38.89 with $1.10 shipping. $40. Sisu is now a $40 legendary from Friday to Monday, my goons. This is what I do from Friday to Monday, because sometimes the weekends when new sets come out and we see these tournament results, we see these deck lists coming out, man, you know, it does dictate the hype and the meta. But my gosh, some people are even playing Sisu instead of Be Prepared. Be Prepared might not be as relevant as you think this format. So just letting you know right now, if you want the new board wipe in town, it's Sisu Empowering Sibling. I think Ruby Sapphire is super strong with combining this card with cards like Ice Block. It lets you just manipulate the board and manipulate it in your favor, which is crazy. So far right now, the top two contending colors are for sure going to be like Ruby and Emerald. They for sure got the most empowering cards, I think, in this entire set. And yeah, there's a lot of cards that you can pick up for this set that aren't necessarily legendaries though, but these two are for sure the chase cards if you're not looking for enchanteds, right? The cold foil Sisus aren't that much more expensive than the non-foils. They're only about $5 to $6 more without shipping included though. So Map TCG has them for $45.99 with $5 shipping. So around $50 is what you'd pay for a cold foil Sisu today, and $40 for the non-foil already. I don't know if you need 4 of this card in your Ruby Sapphire decks, or if you're playing this in maybe Ruby Amber with Mufasa or another type of Ruby variant. I'm not sure if you're going to be playing 4 of them, right? So do you really want to be paying $40? And like we've said before, on May 30th, we're going to see Ursula's return hit the big box retailers like Target, Walmart, Hot Topic, all of these places, and we're going to see more cards in circulation for the market. So I'm pretty sure these card prices are going to chill out a little bit after the hype and after we see more of the sealed product enter the Lorcana space. Some other legendaries I want to go over just to keep up on the pricing. Ursula Sea Witch today, if you pull this card from your booster boxes, you can get rid of it for $25.49. Green Potion Games lowest verified today for that legendary Ursula. It's going to be a $32 cold foil as well, lowest verified by Poke Legion. $31.99 for the Ursula. Mulan Elite Archer. This legendary is still kind of expensive. I'm honestly surprised. Lewis Link Gaming, $22.26 with $1 shipping is the lowest verified for the Mulan Elite Archer. I don't see this card getting a lot of play in the future. Personal opinion, I don't like the card. $27 for the cold foil with $2 shipping. Almost a $30 cold foil, and it's about a $22 non-foil. I pulled one. I have it right here, and I'm going to let you goons right now. I'm going to get rid of it as fast as possible. Why? Because there's another Mulan that you can get from the Ursula's Return gift set. It's the Illuminator's Quest is what it's called. And we'll get into the price of the Illuminator's Quest after, but you get 2 promo legendary cards, and they're selling for as low as $30. The Mulan is a $30 legendary for the promo, and it's cold foil. So I don't see the non-foil price staying near this $30 price for long. Like, why would I spend dang near $30 on a non-foil legendary when I can spend $30 on a cooler cold foil alt art version of the card? So I'm just letting you know right now, I'm getting rid of all my Mulans the moment I pull them this weekend. Same thing goes for Yensid. $15 basically is what you're gonna have to pay for the Yensid if you pull it from your, if you want the non-promo, and if you pull it from your booster box, they're selling right now for around $15 to $17. Lowest verified is gonna be Norwest cards, $15.99 for the Yensid, and the cold foils are about 18 to 20 bucks for graded powers. The lowest verified for that. And the promo Yensid is basically the same price, $17.65, lowest verified by EA seller. Yeah, and that's for the promo Yensid. Like I said, why would I pay? You know, for the non-foil for the non-foil almost $15 when I can get the promo cold foil for $16.40, lowest verified. Some other super cheap legendaries from this set are going to be Piglet, Sturdy Swordsman, selling for as low as $4.24 for this non-foil legendary. Cinderella, Melody Weaver. These are the ones that I actually pulled from my box, like I said. So Piglet super cheap, only $6. Cinderella, Melody Weaver, only $6, lowest verified. Games and Dave, $6 for that non-foil. And the Queen Diviner, only $6. The Quad cards, $6.40 is lowest verified today. And these were selling for around $10 on opening weekend. And yeah, man, so for one of my boxes to only have these 3 legendaries as my legendaries in the entire box, not even a cold foil, obviously no enchanted, that really hurts. So, you know, take that for what it is. If you guys are thinking about buying some booster boxes, I've seen people pull 2 enchanteds per case, and then I have my box over here where you pull buns sometimes you get a box of buns, and it happens. The set does have some promising cards, but a lot of the legendaries are not good in my opinion in this set, and a lot of the rares and supers are definitely more promising. So maybe some of the rares and some of the supers are gonna eventually like net you some of the money back, or even some cold foils. But when it comes to like this game, at least for this set, I'm definitely buying the singles first always. Or if it's cold foil legendaries, you know, I'll probably pick those up or something. But Mickey Mouse Musketeer, super cheap right now, $5.78 if you want to put this in your deck for whatever reason. Hades Double Dealer, super cheap right now. It's about $8 to $9. Lowest verified. Tau collectibles for the Hades Double Dealer. And all of these cold foils, all these legendaries cold foil are about like $5 to $10 more. Rise of the Floodborn card still being relevant this format. The Sad Beast, Tragic Hero, lowest verified is going to be $50 now. $49.98 by Tau collectibles if you want your Sad Beast. It's actually a little bit cheaper than Diablo, so check this out. Beast is no longer the most expensive legendary in Lorcana now. Diablo, $59 for the cold foils, and non-foils are more than $50. So Diablo is now the most expensive legendary in Lorcana. That is actually wild. I mean, obviously the hype, right? It's the beginning of the format and whatnot, and so there's definitely going to be, I think, a little bit less steal in this meta, because I think Ruby Sapphire is just that strong. So yeah, Beast, Sad Beast, kind of sad because he's no longer the most expensive card. But if you want a Sad Beast, like I said, $50 is what you gotta pay. The cold foils are selling for around $70 still. Mayhem TCG sales, lowest verified for the cold foil Sad Beast. Ursula Deceiver, very relevant this format. Very relevant this format, my goons. It's no wonder why these are selling for close to $45 now. Dark Vassal Gaming, $43.49 with $1 shipping. $44.71 is the next one, win condition game. So it's almost a $45 legendary. I'm gonna value it at $45. Yes, we have the King YGO games, but they have no sales and they have it for a little bit of a discount. I can't even add it to my cart, so we're gonna disregard that one. If you want a cold foil Ursula, $56.99 by Flower City Games. Almost $66 for this cold foil too. That's cool, because I held on to my Ursula since last format because I thought they were going to be way better this format. Obviously, the more songs we get, and you know, with the sync together mechanic, nobody could have predicted that, right? Robin Hood, Champion of Sherwood, selling for around $37.49. Dark Vessel Gaming, lowest verified today, almost $40 still is what you got to pay for the Robin Hood Champion. And the cold foils are around $42.44. Kamisama Games today is going to be lowest verified, close to $45 for the Robin Hoods. Next up, we have Rapunzel, gifted with healing. I think it's going up in price, and it's probably going to keep going up in price. We saw them at $30. Now we're seeing them at $36. Cascade Games at .MAE is going to be the lowest verified today for $36. If you want the cold foil Rapunzels, you can get them for $71.99 paper or plastic. Lowest verified. Now, why is Rapunzel slowly going up in price? Well, we got a lot of characters this set that synergize with Rapunzel. We have the new one-drop Mulan that comes in damage for Ruby. We have a new Beast character that comes in damage for Ruby as well. And there's a lot of other cards that synergize with Ruby and Amber, like the new Julieta Madrigal, the mom from the movie. She heals the character just like her ability in the movie, and then you draw a card. So the idea of using Ruby and Amber as a color combination just gets so much better this format. And you can either play it with Mufasa, you can either play it with cards like Kita and the Sisu combos, you can play it with other spells and actions to utilize the new characters in. But either way, the point is though, Rapunzel is going to shine in this format, I think, in that color combination, and in Amber Steel as well. You're playing a hero synergy in Amber Steel, and all the princesses like Rapunzel, they're also heroes. So I think Rapunzel is going to be kind of relevant this format again, if not more than what it already was. Here's a card I don't see being played a lot this format. It's actually still pretty cheap. Lowest verified is going to be 28.19 from Dark Vessel Gaming for the Maleficent Monstrous Dragon. And the cold foils are going to be around, wow, super cheap. Oh my gosh. Spellbook Games has you for $64. These were more than $100 at one point. That is super cheap. Oh, I got to call my boy Mike. He's been begging for these to be cheap. Yeah, the paper or plastic lowest verified $68.99. Remember, these were selling for around $100 at one point when they were super relevant last format. And I don't know, maybe you're just not playing it in Ruby Sapphire. There's not that many though in that 60 some dollar range, because immediately they start going to $75, $85. So hey man, if you've been looking to pick up foil Maleficent dragons for your collection, there's some listings that are less than $70, and I think that's kind of crazy. I do not have that kind of money though. Mufasa, Betrayed Leader, like I just finished going over it with the Rapunzel. There's a lot more synergy with Mufasa decks, at least for Mufasa Ruby Amber right now. So I think that's why we're seeing Mufasa kind of go up in price just a little bit. They were around $10 a little bit a while ago, and now they're going to be closer to $15. Paper or Plastic has them for $12.99, lowest verified today for a near mint Mufasa. After that, they're already getting close to $13 to $14. So you know, you can maybe get rid of it for $15. Cold foils are as low as $17.40 though for the Mufasas. Next up, we have Kita, Protector of Atlantis. Check these out, just shooting up in price, my goons. Like I just finished saying, this synergizes with the new Ruby Sisu card. You can play this in Emerald Amber as well and combine it with Under the Sea to combo off and eliminate your opponent's entire board. You're probably playing this in a variant of Mufasa as well, potentially. It just depends on how you're playing the deck. But the lowest verified for the non-foil Kitas are now going to be by Dark Vessel Gaming, $9.17 for this lowest verified listing. Shout out Dark Vessel Gaming. You guys have the lowest prices today. Next up, Two Bros in a Box has it for $9.24. So it's about a $10 non-foil legendary, and the cold foils are selling for $12.99, paper or plastic. In my opinion, again, just get the cold foils. They're only about $3 more. That's outrageous, man. These are definitely going to keep going up too. I think this card is a sleeper card this format. Elsa, Spirit of Winter, lowest verified for a near mint is going to be $9.99 by paper or plastic, going up just a little bit in price. I remember they were less than $10, and the cold foils are still definitely relevant. They're going to be more than $40 for a near mint. Lowest verified is the Shrink TCG, $38.99 plus $5 shipping. Who knows? This card might be more relevant this format. I don't know. Scar Vicious Cheater, still kind of expensive. Lowest verified is actually $15 for a near mint by Frank Meister TCG. And I don't see a lot of people playing Scar right now. I'm honestly, I think this is a very high price for a card that I don't see a lot of people playing anymore. It was super good in Inklands format. As of right now, though, I just don't see it being used, and I don't know how much it's going to be used. But I'm not going to get rid of my copies of Scar because I get the feeling this card's going to be relevant at some point. It's just like right now, though, I do not see it being played in Ruby Sapphire anymore. I don't really see it being played in Ruby Amethyst. And it just feels like the game is so fast and it's hard to get to like a turn 7 character. Like you're at the Sisu's an 8 drop uninkable, but you're at least shifting. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know about Scar. I feel like, you know, we might see him start coming down in price again because it's going to lose its irrelevancy. But that's pretty much it for the legendaries that are going to be like getting meta relevant for the next few weeks. Anyways, I want to go over some other cards that are not necessarily legendaries or super high price that are still, I guess, relevant to put in your binders. Maybe have as trade bait. Even get rid of them if you're just trying to get rid of some of your bulk and reclaim some of them funds that you spent on your booster boxes that were kind of expensive, in which you only pulled 3 legendaries from. What the heck, Ravensburger? Anyways, Flynn Rider, Frenemy, going to be around $3 to $4 today. Tau Collectibles, lowest verified 259 with $1.22 shipping. This card's pretty good. I'm cooking a Ruby Amethyst list with this, and I think I kind of like it so far. On off topic, I feel like Ruby Amethyst is just not a good color combination this format, and I was just struggling until I put Flynn Rider in my deck. But I'm pretty sure there's a way to make this card good. As of right now, though, I don't see any crazy lists coming out, and the cold foils are still pretty cheap, around $6. That's actually kind of expensive in my opinion, because I don't know how good this card is, right? You know, some of these cards, maybe get rid of them right now while the hype is still real. Phil, Danny DeVito, Philosocrates. How do you pronounce this? Let me know in the comments how you pronounce Phil's name. No Nonsense Instructor. Danny DeVito, No Nonsense Instructor. This card's super good in Amber Steel, like I just finished going over with the Rapunzel's. The hero cards. All the princesses are heroes, and whenever you play a hero, you gain a lore. So pretty nice synergy with Rockstar Stitch and Pride Lands, because you can actually just keep playing your one-drop heroes and keep gaining lore. And if you have Pride Lands, you can keep doing it for free. They're only about $2, $3 by the Bab Lab. Lowest verified $1.98 with $1.22 shipping. And if you want them cold foil, they're super cheap right now. D Drake cards $2.69 with $1.22 shipping. Only about $3 for the cold foils. Rockstar Stitch, like I just finished going over, synergizes very well with this fill. It's going to be a card that I think might see more play this format because it is a hero and the Stitches are heroes, so you might want to synergize that. Right now, they're super cheap too. Only about $3.11 for the lowest verified with $1.22 shipping by Frank Meister TCG, and the cold foils are seriously only about $8, close to $9. World Champion cards and Cardboard Castle lowest verified sellers today have them for around $8 for your Rockstar Stitches. Another cool super, Whole New World, obviously probably going to be relevant this format. I'm pretty sure Amber Steel is still going to like this card. $10 though by Hele Tastic is the lowest verified for your Whole New Worlds, and the cold foils are still going to be selling for close to $20. $17.59 by Professor Sun. Whole New World, the cold foil almost $20. Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, super cheap right now. Only around $7. Yujo TCG lowest verified, and there's even some sellers who have it for less. You can find them for a little bit of a discount from some non-verified sellers, and the cold foils are only around $13. Mayhem TCG lowest verified. I don't see a lot of people playing Tinkerbell right now, but I'm pretty sure it's going to make its way into the meta, right? It always does. This card always finds its way to creep into the meta somehow. Ariel Spectacular Singer slowly climbing up in price this week. The lowest verified today is going to be $4 with $1.22 shipping by Nightlife Cards. So it's now a $5 non-foil, which is cool. So if you didn't get them when they were less than $5, you're probably going to have to pay around $5 now. The cold foils are almost $15. Red Tree Cards, lowest verified $13.98 for the cold foil Ariel Spectacular Singer. Like I was saying, Amber is very strong this format. Either Amber Steel, Amber Emerald, or Amber Ruby. Guarantee you're going to see those color combinations at locals, if not some pretty big tournaments. Here's some rares I want to go over from the new set. Be King Undisputed is selling for around $1 with $1.22 shipping. It's about a $2 rare that I think people are kind of sleeping on. I like this card a lot. It's kind of good. Lumiere Fiery Friend, definitely strong. I think this card is actually pretty gas in like Ruby Amethyst or just Ruby decks in general. Today, same thing. It's about $1 rare with $1.22 shipping. So these are like $2 rares if people might ask you for. The Muses, Proclaimers of Heroes. I love this card. It's $1 with $1.22 shipping. The cold foils for this are still less than $5, only around $3. I think this card's so good. The Amber Emerald deck that we have built around this is so nice, and I'm just gonna work with Zach to make a video on it. And I think Outpost made a video on that color combination as well. Amber Emerald. I don't know if he's playing Muses. Sorry, I haven't seen that video yet. But in general, I think this card has a lot of potential in this format. Quickie, see this a lot in Emerald lists right now. It's about $1 rare with $1 shipping, so about a $2 rare. Cold foils are still really cheap, only around $3 for the cold foil quickies. And we don't talk about Bruno. Definitely a cool card in this format. The rare is less than $5, so it's almost about a $4 rare, and the cold foils are selling for around, ooh, these are kind of spicy, $6.92, lowest verified by Apex Gaming, and then Sunshine Games $8 for the cold foil. We don't talk about Bruno, so it's about a $8 rare, almost $10 rare on the cold foil though. It's cold foil, so I like that though. Here's some interesting cards that are definitely shaping the format already. Ice Block. It's a 10-cent common, super cheap. It's about $1 card. The cold foils are about $1 as well. But I think this card's super relevant right now. People are playing this with Ruby Sapphire in combination with the new Sisu cards, which basically this is going to let you manipulate your opponent's strength and put them in range of Medusa, Sisu, the sibling, and then the new 3-drop Sisu as well. So I think as a cold foil, you can find them for like $2 already, and that's speaking for itself. So if you pull this in a cold foil, make sure you set it off to the side because people are probably going to ask for this if it's in your binder. There's a couple other cold foils that I want to go over that kind of also fit that description. Cold foils that are definitely relevant this format, that put them to the side, put them in your binder because they're at least $2 to $3. Stuff like commons like Ice Block. Super Goof is a rare from the set that's selling for about $5 right now. The quad cards. This one's been coming down in price too. I'm not a fan of this card. I don't think it's that good. They were selling for around $7 to $8 over the weekend in the morning. $6 and more so. And the cold foils are selling for around $7 to $8 actually. DJ cards. So they've been coming down all day. A lot of these card prices have been coming down all day. I've been at work all day, and I also told myself I'm going to do the market watch when I get back from work because I want to see how the prices are going to come down from the morning to now. So I kind of want to see a more updated pricing than what it would have been in the morning after the weekend hype. Maui, pretty nice to see. Less than there's a listing here less than $10. I can add it to my cart. I can, but I'm not going to pick it up. So if somebody wants to pick up a non-verified listing of Maui for way less than $10, you can. But after that, lowest verified for the Mauis are going to be $10.49 by Refined Games. So there's still a little bit more than $10 for your Mauis. Be prepared. We have a light blade for around $5, which is nice to see. So some deals on TCG Player. But if you want a Be Prepared, lowest verified is going to be $8.14 for a near mint Be Prepared. And the cold foils are going to be around $20. A Gamer's Bazaar is going to have them for $17 for the cold foil Beat Prep. Now, I see a lot of people not playing this card, this format, at least playing less copies of it. I don't know, man. It's the format is so fast right now. I can't even get to turn 7. Half the time when this card's in my hand, it gets sniped out by Ursula. You know, it's not that good against Ruby Sapphire sometimes. So like something about this card, man, it's just not. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it this format right now. So I'm gonna hold on to mine, obviously. But if I have any extras, I'm probably gonna try and get rid of them. Now, Fishbone Quill, on the other hand, I think this card is super good this format. You know what I mean? Yeah, being able to ink Uninkables is always really nice, and that's what makes the Ruby Sapphire deck really good. If you ever draw your big Sisu, if you ever draw this Sisu, you could just get rid of it with Fishbone Quill, which is nice, right? And sometimes you just need to be able to have some extra ink when you're in your hand, when you're playing so many Uninkables in a deck like that. And yeah, this card is like the saving grace of Sapphire, and the fact that it's only $5 is actually outrageous. This is not being a $10 rare is very surprising. Anyways, Nightlife cards, $5 right now is the lowest verified for this. If you want to play the best deck, the quote-unquote best deck right now is Sapphire Ruby, and this is a staple. So right now, this staple super cheap. I keep saying it, super cheap. The best TCG has the cold foil Fishbone Quills for only $10.961 with $1.22 shipping. So these are pretty cheap staples right now. Prince John, greediest of all, been climbing up in price this week with all the Emerald hype because some people do want to play this with your in combination of the new Emerald cards. Cardboard Shuffle has you for $2.49 with $1.22 shipping for the lowest verified Prince John. After that, next verified seller has it for $3.95 with $1.22. So it's almost about a $5 rare now for Prince John's, which is nice to see. And the cold foils are only about $2 more. Look at that. Cardboard Castle has 6 of them for $6.55 with $1 shipping. I love to see that. That's actually super cheap. Only like $1 or $2 more for the cold foil than the non-foils because of how hyped they are right now. I would get those if I were you guys. And and I'm not you guys, so you guys make that decision on your own. Cursed Merfolk, Ursula's Handiwork, these also been going up constantly since last format. Lowest verified is now going to be $4.50 with $1.22 shipping. These are $5 now. Cursed Merfolks are now $5 rares for the non-foils. Inkland's looking kind of nice right now. I love that. The cold foil, the Merfolks, are $7.20. Lowest verified today by Speed Force. So shout out you guys. Wow. $5 Merfolks. Did not expect that today. This is the Sisu I was talking about, the new one that's super relevant this format. Sisu Daring Visitor. They're super cheap right now, so you can probably get them at locals for free. I only pulled like 1 or 2 per my box, so they're kind of a little bit annoying to find, but you can probably find them at your LGS for $1 or something. The cold foils are as low as $3.50 351 with $1.99 shipping by RNG Games NJ Direct. So around $5 for the cold foil already for this uncommon. So 350 plus $1.22 shipping, almost $5 what you gotta pay. Ursula Deceiver, definitely relevant this format. Look at your opponent's hand, get rid of a song. These cold foils are going to be actually still pretty cheap. Lowest verified is going to be $1.99 with $1.22 shipping by Big Wave. That's actually cheaper than the Sisu, which just came out, right? But like we were saying, when more cards come into circulation post May 30th, we'll see these cards probably come down in price significantly. Here's some other cool cards, even though they're common, some relevant cards this format that are coming to a locals near you. Here's Brawl. The cold foils are less than $2 on TCG Player. Banished chosen character with 2 strength or less. Definitely relevant. Been seeing a lot of Ruby Sapphires play it. Here's the Diablo character that you can shift your Emerald Diablo onto. These are penny cards basically. The cold foils are going to be around $1 with $1.22 shipping. And like I've been saying, they're just relevant this format. So if you ever pull them and you have them ready to go in your trade binder, people are probably going to ask you for them if there's any cards you need in your deck. Like you see, I have a cold foil Diablo right here ready to go for my trade binder. That way I can put it in there, and then when people ask me for some trades, these are little cards I can add on to deal, you know? Before we call it a day, I want to go over some promos. This is one of the promos from the Illuminator's Quest. Aside from the Yensid and the Mulan, you also get this Piglet. As you can see, the main difference is it has like a different color box text, and it has these little tentacles on the side. And you also get another one. It's the Mickey Mouse, the Broom Sorcerer. So these are selling for pretty cheap. Now the Piglet's only about $7, $6.99 by Critical Hit Collect, lowest verified today. And then we went over the other prices for the other ones, and I think the Mickey's like $15 or something. So the Illuminator's Quest MSRP is fairly interesting. We'll go over that at the end, but they're reselling for pretty high too. But I feel like if you take into account the promos, you still are overpaying for that thing. Rapunzel's gifted artist Disney Lorcana promo cards. Check this out. We were going over the PAX promos last week because the 4 Dozen Eggs and the Pinocchio shot up in price. They shot up to $100. The Rapunzel was the only one that didn't, but over this weekend we've been seeing multiple sales happen for this Rapunzel. $52, $58, $60, $69. All of these selling over this weekend from the 17th to the 18th, and now there's only one listing left. Lowest verified is going to be by the Forbidden Mountain. Shout out you guys. I love the channel. Always got to show you guys love. $110 lowest verified now. These are $100 promos now. So all the PAX promos are in that $100 range now. But let's go on into some Enchanted news. Ariel, Sonic Warrior is going to be the most expensive Enchanted rare from your Ursula's Return booster boxes, and it has been coming down in price. So these have been selling for around $400 on opening weekend. $450 was the highest that I'd seen them sell for, and as of today, people are buying them for closer to $380-ish is what it's looking like. So lowest verified today is going to be a whopping $420, so with 75 cents though by City of Traders. But there's a bunch of listings here from non-verified sellers that have it for significantly less. Spunyon Games, Phil Almighty, Agara's General Store, all these people have it for around $360 plus a little bit more for shipping, way less than $420. So if you do want to pick up an Enchanted rare, you can get it from some new sellers for a discount, but it's about a $400 Enchanted rare right now on opening weekend, less than $450 what it was on Friday, kind of coming down. I think it's going to keep heading that direction. Ursula Sea Witch, another popular Enchanted, right now selling for more than $200. The Geek Peak low is verified for $225.95. This one's kind of cool. My only issue is that we're getting this Ursula Enchanted, and then we're getting the same exact Ursula, not the exact artwork, but we're getting the same Ursula as a set championship prize card Enchanted promo, which is kind of like meh in my opinion. Cinderella Melody Weaver, I feel a similar way because we have the other Cinderella and they look very similar. Lowest verified today is going to be $280 by MCTCG. They've been selling for around $195, $219, $250, $260. They've been jumping around, but they were starting at $400 to $350, and they've been coming down to as low as $200, $220. Like I've been mentioning, non-verified sellers have them for a little bit of a discount, closer to $200. But if you do want to go through a verified seller to ensure that quality shipping, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. Less than $300 though. We have some other ones. Minnie Mouse Musketeer. This one came crashing down because this one was selling for, oh my gosh, look at these prices, these pre-order prices. $488, $433. These were actual sales. Oh my goodness, $291, $235. Guys, just wait it out. just wait a weekend. Look at that. Lowest verified today is going to be 178 by ARG Circuit Series. Shout out you guys. Actually, kaput cards 155. That's nearly half the price of what some of these were selling for. That's kind of crazy. I love being patient when it comes to buying cards, in my opinion. Whoops, that's actually crazy. The Wall Border Fortress is going to be the cheapest enchanted rare, the most inexpensive one you can pull from the set. Hermes Collectibles, lowest verified, $64.68 for this enchanted location. And real quick, some other enchanted news. Snow White is going to be selling for $200 today. Kaput cards, lowest verified, $209, and some other sales for $205 happening this weekend. So getting close to that $200 range coming down. Belle, strange but special, keeping its price at close to $400, which is nice to see. We did see some sales happening today, 320, 325. Those sold out pretty quickly is what it's looking like. And then some other ones happening yesterday, closer to 400, 400, 409, 450. So it's looking like they're confidently selling for around $400 for some of these first chapter enchanted rares. Genie kind of climbing up in price just a little bit, closer to 150 now. Alpha Omega cards, the lowest verified today. We're doing a Genie Enchanted tournament in Southern California tomorrow, Tuesday. So make sure to come on down. Check our Instagram for details on that one, my goons. And you already know we got to check up on our loving first chapter Elsa Enchanted rare. Gotta love to see this one. This is going to be a lowest verified today of $1,198 by Calamities TCG. If you want a near mint, that's going to be the lowest one. PB&J Collectibles actually has one for just a little bit less of $1,150. PB&J Collectibles. So $1,150. We do have some sales here happening for $9.99 with 97 cents, $9.99, and a this is an Elsa 8. Ooh, okay, for $9.99. So I guess we have some 2 raws that sold for $1,000 on the dot. And then even some $1,100 ones that happened on the 17th. I think we went over those on last week's Market Watch, though. So these 2 new sales that happened for exactly $1,000 are actually kind of crazy. So I don't got to keep saying it. Elsa's coming down in price, and this is the lowest I've seen it, obviously, since the hype. So it's been a while since it's been this low. So if you feel like you missed out on the hype and you've been stacking your bread, you've been saving up, and you've been telling yourself, I'm going to get Elsa when it's cheap again. Around these next couple weeks might be that time frame. You know what I mean? Might be that time frame. And then gotta check up on my Stitch stonks because this was a hard-earned victory card that we got here. So lowest verified today for the Rockstar Stitch Set Championship in promo is going to be $699.99 by Sunshine Games. So still $700 for the lowest verified, and they've been selling for around $650 though. So $648, $648, $639. Yeah, so they sell confidently for $650, and usually the non-verified sellers have them for $650, so you can get them for a little bit of a discount. But like you said, like I have been saying, you want to try and go for that quality assurance, go through some verified sellers, or pay a little bit more. So $699, lowest verified on the Rockstar Stitch. So if you want any of these cards, these new cards that we went over today, you can find them in the Ursula's Return booster box, in the booster packs, and all that other good stuff. We're technically still in sale season, so like I've been saying, the card prices and some of the stuff might go down in price post May 31st when we have the official big box launch. But as of right now, you can get the booster boxes for around $140. That's basically MSRP. Game Grove has them lowest verified for $140. These boxes are definitely hyped. They're selling for good prices. Unlike the Inklands booster box, this one is selling for MSRP. The Inklands booster box was around $111 for a cool minute, and I think I think they were selling at MSRP, and then they came down after 31st. So we'll see what this price is in a couple of weeks. And the same thing with the Illuminator's Quest, man. And then this thing's just getting resold out the wazoo. Lowest verified is by Tabletop Masters for $109 with $9 shipping. So it's about a $120 gift set is what it's being resold for. What do you guys think of that? I'll keep it real with you guys. I know there's like a type of like feeling or whatever when it comes to the idea of reselling, and not just this game, but in TCGs or in just like spaces in general. At the end of the day, like I'm not here to dictate who does what or whatever. Like quite frankly, like I what am I gonna do? I can't control people. The biggest issue is though that I wanted to play this. Like I genuinely wanted to try this out. This looked like a fun experience and a fun board game, but it's just impossible to find. Like it's just impossible to find, and like I'm not gonna. So the MSRP is $60, and like as much as I love the game and as much as I like this kind of stuff, I'm not in a position in my life to pay an extra $50-$60 for this sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like I love the game, I'm playing competitively, and this looks super fun. So I feel a little lame that I missed out on it. But like if I can find someone who has an Illuminator's Quest and they just want to like set it up and play together at locals, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? But like the fact that they don't print enough of these, especially when it's something like this, something that could introduce the new players to the game, or even introduce your family to the game, things like that. It's like a board game, you know. They should have more of these to go around. And I honestly, I can't believe they let people buy 5 of these each at Disneyland. You know what I mean? But that's my only qualm with the Luminous Quest this time around. The gift sets normally I don't really trip on because the gift sets are just gift sets, but this one's actually very unique and pretty cool. It's just unfortunate because there's no way I'm paying more than 100. There's no way I'm paying 100 bucks for this or more, 120 definitely. Same thing goes with the mats, man. Oh my goodness, look how much this Tinkerbell mat is selling for. They're confidently selling for $80. This is more than the Winnie the Pooh mat, man. $80, that's the resale value, and they MSRP for 20. They let people buy 5 of these each time they lined up at Disneyland. Like, why would you? I mean, whatever. You lined up at 3 a.m. and you did that. Good for you. I think that's pretty awesome. And if you bought 5, good for you. I'm not even tripping on you. I'm tripping on Disneyland. I'm tripping on like whoever let them. You know, because why not just do one each per person? You know, spread it out a little more. Why are you allocating so much of the experience to Disneyland parks when all these local game stores saying they can't even get a single mat? They can only get 1 trove. They can get 1 Illuminator's Quest if they're lucky. You know what I mean? So I think that's like my biggest issue right now with some of the the Lorcana products that are not booster packs. The booster packs, you know, we got that down. We got that on lock. They are locked in with printing more than enough cards and product. But when it comes to these accessories, oh my gosh, $80 for the Tinkerbell mat is what it's selling for today. $80 for the Rapunzel mat is what it's selling today. And check this out, the first chapter mats officially listed. There's 7 listings and they're all $200 plus for the first chapter Maleficent playmat. Is this what it's going to be like for these? Am I going to have to pay $200 for the Tinkerbell and the Rapunzel mats if I don't get them now? So it's either pay $80 or pay $200 in the future, or line up at Disneyland at 2 a.m. and buy 5 of them for $100 and then resell them. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like my options are not my favorite right now. But anyways, that's just me talking about, you know, like my opinions. It doesn't. At the end of the day, I'm glad I can play the game. You know, at the end of the, I'm glad that a lot of us can share in this experience. So thank you guys for watching this week's Market Watch. I really do appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if there's any cards I should have gone over, anything you want to hear or we want to see me talk about, and your opinions overall on the sealed product, the meta, the way it's shaping. What decks are you playing? What are you trying to build? What cards did you pull from your sets? And how do you feel about the accessories and how hard they are to find? But until then, my goons, stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we will see you goons next time.